Okay, so hi, I'm Kate, and I'm going to share with you some work that we've been doing at Leeds around formative assessment. And it fits in with a much sort of bigger piece of work and mission to really enhance that sense of community and to facilitate students' sense of belonging. So this work relates to a postgraduate certificate in academic practice, so it's a bit different. We do, so it's a programme for staff, so people who teach in various disciplines, of course psychology, but also with colleagues from other and many other parts of the university as well. And this formative task comes from a module in which our participants, our students, plan and undertake a small-scale practitioner research project, and it feeds into the summative assessment, which is a poster presentation and Q&A alongside a reflection, which is either written or we're introducing a dialogic route as well. So we've got this core belief of facilitating a sense of belonging and community, and it's very much an individual project, but a collective endeavour. So we get each other through it, basically. And we really try to develop a strong sort of community feel throughout the module, which then propels our students sort of beyond the programme as well. And throughout all that, we have formative assessment, which is like a golden strand running throughout the programme. So just give me a nod. Are those slides moving for people? Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Katie. Thank you. Okay, so the task in a nutshell is to draft a poster about your project and record a 5-minute talk about it. And we use Padlet for that. So the Padlet consists of examples, sort of talking heads, and everything is uploaded there because we then use it for peer feedback, also for tutor feedback and mentor feedback as well. So that's all on there. Everyone can see the feedback, and we allocate 2 peers to each student, but really encourage everybody to get involved, and those conversations do really take off. And then it's there as a resource for everybody. We do quite a lot of unpicking from that, sort of pulling out key points and reflecting on, how it's been useful, what we might take from it, sort of feed forward into the summative presentation. So a big part of the task is about what happens beforehand. So building that trust, support, building confidence, lots of modelling, lots of sharing of exemplars as well, and that vulnerability, which is massive. So people sort of having the confidence to share, and we ask them to share which aspect they would like feedback on, so that they've got, taken the lead in that. But encourage people to say, oh, which bit you're least confident with, or use that language around drafts and things. That's really helpful, just to sort of lower the stakes a bit, so that people are able to use the task to make it most helpful for them at that particular point in their projects, because like many research projects, timescales do vary. So we want it to be something that everybody can engage in and actually find really useful to them as well. So I mentioned a little bit about communication and the language that's used, about drip feeding. They know that it's coming up, lots of messaging, and to support them engage with this. So you might be starting to, here's the guidance, have you read it, drop in sessions about it as we sort of pick up pace. Very much talk about drafts, a very early draft. We use our alumni as well, because they're brilliant ambassadors. So they come to various drop-in sessions and sessions showing their experience, but also we've managed to create a bank of videos which our students find really helpful as well. So that sort of overall package of support around it. But really it's all about making the test sort of relevant and useful for everyone, which I think is possibly why, and I'll just share some of the reflections on it, is how we've had really high engagement in it. It's always a bit nail-biting, thinking, oh, is everybody going to, is it all going to work for everyone? Can you upload the tasks? Will people be able to engage with it and give that sort of meaningful feedback? We also give people, complete agency. So they choose, for example, which format they want the feedback in. So we have video, we have audio, as well as an option for text feedback, and because that's another aspect of learning as well. And also people can, sort of share what level of challenge they want. Some people, it's very much, yeah, I'm really happy with this, bring it on. Others are at the opposite end of the spectrum, really. It is a draft, maybe it's something that they don't feel that comfortable with. So pitching that feedback as well, that's been really helpful, so that it meets people where they are at. It's really helped our outcomes, I think, in terms of performance at that summative assessment, because it is really closely aligned, and retention too, because sometimes I think, when the headlines start to hurtle towards us, and the deadlines, we can lose people on the way. But I think it's been really helpful having that shift from that formative task. It's a process of sort of polishing, and that's then undertaken to prepare for the summative task, summative assessment later on as well. Challenges I've touched on, the technical guidance. There's quite a lot about how to share Padlets, how to accessibility of files and so on. We're having a big push on accessibility, alt text and so on as well. And the timing around the logistics as well, sort of checking in with people, making sure that everything's happening at the appropriate time and so on. Yep, so I've got a couple of quotes I'll share with you about the value of it in terms of community, as well as the learning outcomes, and just to say thank you very, very much.